basically what I intend to do is, because obviously I can't get down here that much, the bench build, well, it's going to have to be sort of, I've been taking photographs of it at different stages, so what I'm going to have to do is I'll incorporate the photographs into this video, and so you can actually see the progress on how I built it, and how it's actually got to where it is today. Okay, so that's basically what brought us up to present day, really. The build itself has taken, I think it's about 2 months, with obviously not being able to get down here every day. So this is where I'm at. So it's now pretty much finished. She's had 4 coats, 4 quite decent coats of that ultra tough floor varnish. I wanted to put a nice finish on it, so it was a little bit tougher, but I've got like stuff that I put on here, like if I want to do any cutting or anything, so it just gives it that sort of little bit of a protection, if you will. What I'm going to do now really is just to give it a finish off. It's got a little tiny bit of, I don't know what you call that really, to be honest. It's I put it on with like a smooth roller, and it's got like a real tiny little sort of eggshell finish to it. So I want to just nip that off with I'm just going to nip it off with a bit of 400, and just flatten that down, and then I'm going to be putting, I make my own beeswax polish. So I've got some beeswax polish that I made myself, so I'm going to be popping that on after I've put some of that on. As some of you oldies might remember this, it goes on a little bit like a car polish. Sort of goes on wet, dries, goes puts like a white coat, and then you buff it off basically. So that's going to be going on as well. So I'm just going to nip this down, and I'll see you in a bit. And she's done. Finally. I have to admit, that stuff's give it a really, really, really nice finish. It's absolutely smooth as a baby's arse. Shouldn't really say that, should I, to be fair. Let's give it a really, really nice finish, to be honest with you. It's dead silky. Surprised I got that kind of a finish out of MDF, to be honest. So, dead silky. And yes, I know some of you are going to turn around and say, well, that's going to cause you problems by keeping stuff still on the workbench. I've still got a bit to do to this yet, to be honest with you. I've got to put some dog holes in, and I've got to put my vise on. but as it is right now, it's ready to use. So I'll have a little bit of a clean up, and I'll give you a little walk around it. Okay, so basically, as you probably know, I opted for the Rutlands, the R1618, and obviously I wanted to build the bench around it, so I did, basically. That's the finish. I wanted to make sure that I could keep it for a while. A lot of the wood that I used, obviously you can see there's a lot of 4x2 on there. The base is marine ply. I had some spare marine ply hanging around, and it's the same with the top as well. Basically, if you can see there, there's a layer of 1/2 inch marine ply that I used underneath the whole top and for the base. And so basically what we've got now is, you'll have to excuse the workshop, by the way. I'm in an absolute disarray because obviously I stored an awful lot on the actual workbench and inside the workbench, and obviously now I pulled the other one down, which was an awful lot bigger than this. Yeah, I've now got to try and find where I'm going to put everything. So basically what I've got under here is I've got my little air compressor, and then under there you can see my little Henry, who's going straight in to the 63mm reducer, and it fits perfectly. So I've got a few other bits on the base at the moment. It's me Delta, my little scroll saw. I already had a nice set of drawers, nice quite hefty set of drawers actually, to be honest with you, that I use. And I did have them on the other one, but obviously I pulled that one down. But I do like them. They're nice and heavy, and they've got some really heavy duty runners on them as well. So, but yeah, so that's basically the workbench finished. So there she is. You can see it in there, its entirety. Nice little workbench. I'm happy with it. I'm proud of it. It's took a fair bit of doing to get it where it is. I'm thinking I'm gonna see these bits here on the edge here. I've got some really nice Iroko. I think I'm gonna put some end caps on that just to finish that off. I think it'll look quite nice, that, actually, to be honest with you. But I want to put some sheet material down here, because I want to be able to hang a lot of the stuff for the table saw. The push tech goes in to there, so that's not too bad. I've got plenty of room at the side. So yeah, so that's finished. That's the workbench, for those who were asking. It's been an eventful thing for me to do. It's taken a long time, but hopefully I'm going to have plenty of time to enjoy it. I'd love the idea of you guys being able to leave us maybe a comment below, just giving me an idea on, you know, what you would have done differently, and anything that I could do to maybe improve it. I'd love to hear your ideas, so please drop us a comment below. Please don't forget, give us a like if you like the video, that is, or a thumbs down if you don't. I don't know. And please be sure to subscribe. I've got a few other ideas and bits and bobs. I've got the second part of the Rutlands Table Saw review to do, so that'll be coming soon. I'm not a professional in any way, shape or form. I'm basically a retired lad through ill health, who's just decided to 2 years ago to take up his love for wood. So it's took me 2 years to put this little bit together. And yeah, so give us a like, and be sure to subscribe. Take care. Scouse under the house. Ta-da.